It's Week 12 of the National Football League, and this one features Jordan Addison. He went well over 100 yards a week ago and found his way to the end zone. It's the Vikings and the Bears on Monday Night Prime Time.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a compelling matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess. They could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears. I hope everyone took advantage of the Cyber Monday deals. Now it's time to focus on some football. Bears and Vikings underway on Monday night. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 8th-year passer, 2-time Pro Bowler from Mississippi State, Dak Prescott.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So likely a 3-and-out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right there. That's a number they've got to get off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They've got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence.
And he fields it cleanly. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by a 3rd-year pro and 3rd overall pick from North Dakota State. He's battled injuries early in his career, trying to stay healthy now. That's Trey Lance.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft, and Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. Into the hands of the rookie Jordan Addison. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On first down, Lance. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Throwing on first down is Lance. He lets one go deep for Addison. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Vikings had a woeful 2-9 on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and the losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Lance again. Hits it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be... rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Well, they were going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Well, the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Lance now on first down. And this will be caught by Edwards. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And Lance now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And Lance going to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 18 carries, 79 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They try the left side with Johnson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott. Touchdown Bears! Cole Kmet, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Play action. Now it's Lance. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Cam Akers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have retaken the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Shrugs him off. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a 3rd and 6. To throw is Prescott. That is caught. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. And, CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 85 yards. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A give up the middle to Akers. He'll get this down to the 38. You look at this Bears defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Lance. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to pick up the Vikings first down. And they pick it up rather easily. A gain of 9 on 4th and 2. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
The kick by Joseph is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Johnson on the counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Prescott now. And this will be caught by Mooney. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They'll throw again. Prescott. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And again, back to Kmet. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 29, here's 2nd and a yard. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubber.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that tree.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Khalil Herbert with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. Here's Lance to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. They'll give this to Akers running right. There he goes, right side. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Cam Akers with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings have yet again retaken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Moore, the motion man right. Running the jet sweep as Prescott backs it forward. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he worked it across midfield. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. And even 100 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. On the counter, this is Akers.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Lance. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Lance looking to throw it. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Slant route, and he's got Addison.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Akers. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's complete right side to Komet.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outside of this drive. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive, and there's the running back, Cam Akers.
Well, there you see it, a hat trick of touchdowns, and we're in the first half. I'm betting that he was over there saying, feed me.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I got to eat.
There is no doubt, and he's real hungry right now, isn't he? I mean, let's be honest about the whole thing. We don't have to be on the field to understand what he's telling everyone. Give me the ball. We're locked in with the offensive line. They're taking care of business, and I'm finishing things off.
Well, heck, he might be able to turn this into an historic event. We'll see.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Hawkinson here. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Lance now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Over the middle and hauled in by Osborne. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Throwing on first down is Lance. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Lance now on first down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Brian Edwards, 26 yards. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Prescott on first down. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Bears.
On first and 10, Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down, even though he's still in the pocket. He had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Tua Tagovailoa, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. We'll stay in the NFC East as we head down to the great state of Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Commanders. Deshaun Watson, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Brock Purdy getting the job done again as the win moves his guys to a terrific 9-2 on the year. It was the running back Cam Akers who stood out in that first half of play. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And Lance will try again on second down. Throw caught there by Osborne. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, it's Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. On second down, this is Madison. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured bear on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 3rd and 7. Here's Lance. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Jones. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bears take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down and 8. Throwing. Prescott.
Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Chicago.
Johnson running right. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
He's got it. Hit the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the red zone now, Prescott. There's Mooney with another catch. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Here's Prescott. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. To the air again, Prescott. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Bears get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Going right back to Akers. Able to avoid it at the 40. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 37, here's second down at a yard. Now a play fake. Lance, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison, 37 yards. And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again.
Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, you're a former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now after the play, oh man, it's Prescott who appears to be shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his first throw here is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on third down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Jordan Addison back out now as the Vikings offense set to take possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Throwing now is Lance.
Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They'll go Madison up the middle. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
DeMarcus Walker in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Jones on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Onto the field now come the Bears.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5. Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
He's going to keep this again.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive, and there's the running back, Cam Akers.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Lance.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit. But this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
And the Bears' 1st down.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
103 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Throwing here, Bajan.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd and 5. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 4.
That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
A give, running right is Akers. He'll get this to about the 38.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance.
Fires one, but incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. First down, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Prescott to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he's going to be wrangled down quickly after the catch up at the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Prescott yet again.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Prescott's throw complete here to Kmet.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there complete to Mooney.
They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Can't go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Off the play fake, Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown.
Cole Kmet
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Jordan Addison in the offense out for another drive.
He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right. He's
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards.
On the give, this is Akers.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Dancing away at the 35. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Now, they tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Bears' 1st down.
Now Prescott. And this will be caught by Mooney. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And quickly they get to the line.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 41.
Prescott now. He's going to look deep for more. It's caught inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. Out to the flat here for Johnson. Now a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet from 19 yards away. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or two.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. On 2nd down, here's Lance. Got Edwards now on the slant.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Pass caught here by Osborne. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Lance looks to throw again. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 6. A minute 50 to play. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the 1st rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here comes 2nd down. Prescott. His throw incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
But that incompletion reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with a minute 6 left to go in the game. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. Joseph's got it. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now As you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. Complete to Zacchaeus. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Prescott looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Prescott toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Here's Prescott. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Vikings, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.